Singapore is an exciting city which is reinventing itself as a top destination on many bucket lists. It can be a pricey city to visit, but some great deals and fun attractions entice many travellers and tourists every year. This is Katie from Creative Travel Guide, and these are the things that you need to know before you go to Singapore. Looking for more travel tips? Make sure you hit subscribe and ring that notification bell. So firstly, let's look at the best time to visit Singapore. Singapore is hot and humid all year, but there are certain times of the year that you need to avoid. The best time to visit Singapore is from February to April, when the weather is warm and pleasant but also dry. The wet season in Singapore runs from September until February, with the wettest months between November through to January. Always pack a raincoat no matter what time of the year you are visiting. Rain comes during the dry season too. Now let's talk about how to get to Singapore. Now most people will fly into Singapore with flights from all major cities around the world. Once you are here, you can get the MRT or public bus into the city between 5:30 to midnight from just $1.85. Also, there is an airport shuttle bus that runs from 6 a.m. to midnight. You can choose to take a taxi, but be aware that taxis in Singapore are not as cheap as they are in the rest of Asia. Expect to pay anywhere between $18 to $40 for a taxi from Singapore Airport to your hotel. Which leads us on to how to get around Singapore. Their MRT subway system is the fastest and most reliable way to get around Singapore. Operating from 5:30 a.m. to midnight, trains run every 2 to 5 minutes. You can also catch a taxi, but make sure to head to designated taxi stands, as it is technically illegal for taxis to stop in the city centre anywhere but the stands. Buses are also available around Singapore and are clean and regular. Bus fares cost between $1 to $2 Singapore dollars, and you are expected to drop the exact money in the fare box. Or if you are staying in Singapore for an extended period of time, you can get an EZ Link card or Singapore Tourist Pass. So now we're going to talk about the typical costs in Singapore. So firstly, accommodation. If you are on a budget, there are some dorms that are available from 12 to 40 Singapore dollars, whilst a private room in a very basic small hotel will cost around 50 Singapore dollars. Double rooms in hotels start at around $70, with the Hotel 81 chain providing great offers and various locations across Singapore. Of course, you can go for some luxury hotels as well. These start at around $180, but you can spend even more than that, especially if you opt to spend a night in the Marina Bay Sands. To get around, we have talked about the MRT already, but expect to pay between $1 and $2.50, whilst the Singapore Tourist Pass offers unlimited train and bus travel for $10 a day. For food, you can eat at hawker centres, especially great if you are travelling on a budget. Meals will cost you around $6. But if you are looking for a sit-down meal in a nice restaurant for two, then expect to pay anywhere between $60 to $300, depending on how nice that restaurant is. Now that does sound like a lot of money, so there is some ways that you can save money in Singapore too. We actually have a whole video that tells you how to do that, so I will leave the link in the description below. But a few of our best tips is to skip the taxis. These are so much more expensive than the rest of Asia, so stick to those MRT and bus transfers. Also, book everything in advance. Unlike other places in Southeast Asia, you can't just rock up to a hotel and expect to get a decent price. Book everything online. We use Agoda for Asia because generally we find those prices cheaper, so book everything before you arrive. Make sure to eat at food courts and hawker centres. They have the best food and they are super cheap. Also, make sure to stay in Little India. It is a really cheap area to stay in Singapore, but it isn't too far from the major attractions. Also, to save money on attractions, you can book everything online. Often you can get discounted prices when you book an attraction online, so make sure you check it out before you go. And on to the best part. What are the best things to do in Singapore? So if you are not able to stay at Marina Bay Sands, you can still experience the incredible view from the top by going to the observation deck. Also check out the casino and shopping mall inside the hotel as well. One of the most beautiful and breathtaking things to do in Singapore is Gardens by the Bay. These are two incredible conservatories full of wildflowers from around the world and is definitely a unique but amazing way to spend a day in Singapore. If you are a theme park lover, make sure you head to Universal Studios Singapore, or if you are looking for some history, go to one of the many temples and make sure you head to the night safari as well. So we hope you have an incredible time in Singapore. Let us know what you are most looking forward to doing in the comments below. Take care guys, stay safe, and until next time, stay creative.